In order for the person that you want to be to come to fruition in this new year, you need some consistency, my guy. It's okay though. We're gonna work on it together. Hello, you lovely people, and welcome back to my channel. As of the date that I am filming this, it is December 30th, but when this uploads, it'll be 2025. Like, cannot fathom how fast the year goes. I feel like from January to March, the year just goes super slow. The summer is like, we picking up pace, and as soon as we hit like October, September holidays, oh, all of a sudden we're ready for the New Year's. But of course, with the new year, you hear a lot of the same things. New year, new me, starting fresh, new era. We're not doing this in 2025. We're leaving this in 2024, all that stuff. So I'm gonna add my little 2 cents into the conversation, talk about the ins and outs for 2025. What are we keeping and taking into 2025, taking into the new year? And what are we just gonna push in the back of the closet of 2024? Because let's be honest, not everything needs to be taken to the new year. Some things need to be left behind. And if you're like me, you want to go into the new year with a fresh mindset, a fresh start, not too fresh to where you feel like you are scrapping everything about yourself, but just fresh enough to where you feel like you are setting enough goals, you're setting good goals with the right intentions so that you can have a successful new year, however that success looks to you. So let's kick it off. In 2025, we are not taking imposter syndrome. I can attest to this. Imposter syndrome basically is where you just don't think you are good enough for what you are doing, whether that is a job, whether that is a relationship, that can be a friendship, it can be even a skill that you have attained. You just feel like you are inadequate. For some reason, your brain is tricking you into thinking, I'm not good enough for this, when you are in such a blessing to be at whatever position you are at. In 2025, we cannot be having this type of mindset. This is what hinders us from our blessings. This is what hinders us from growth, from reaching opportunities that we may not even know about or not even try to get because we're limiting ourselves, because we're thinking, I'm not good enough. I can never do that. I'm not even good enough to be where I am right now, when where you are right now is tremendous to the growth that you have achieved. Imposter syndrome for me this year looked like as if I was not meant to do content creation. I'll give that example. Beginning of this year, I started with so many brand ambassadorships due to, being in college and being on campus. And as soon as I graduated, it just felt like I was lost. I didn't know where to go. I didn't know what direction to take. I didn't even know if content creation was meant for me, because at one point my engagement, everything was dipping. And I just felt like, maybe this is just a sign. It's just a sign that I'm not meant for this, that I should stop, to pack up my bags and leave the villa. If I had let that type of thinking completely stop me, I would not have seen the beautiful blessings that I have received up to this point. You get what I'm saying? So we cannot be getting in our own way. We just can't, bestie, We gotta leave that in 2024, expeditiously. But what we need to take into 2025 is some patience. Connecting with imposter syndrome, sometimes it's because you feel like things are not moving at the pace you want them to. But you need to realize that life is gonna move at whichever pace it wants to. And the things you are manifesting, the things you are praying for, whatever, whatnot, it is going to come, but not in the timing that you want, in the timing that it is meant to happen. And that does require relinquishing a lot of control. Give all the control to whichever higher power you believe in and just be like, you know what? I can't control that. I want that job promotion. I want to level up in my career, but that's going to take time, and it's not going to be on my time, because who's to say that you're even ready for what you're praying or what you're manifesting for? Who's to say? Who's to say you're ready? Who's to say the person that you are right now is even ready to handle whatever you are wanting or desiring? You don't know. You don't know if you're ready. You can say that you're ready, but really deep down, if you really ask yourself, you're probably not ready. Who's to say your environment is ready? Who's to say that what you are wanting, what you are waiting for, is even going to happen in the city or in the state or even in the country that you're in? You never know what tomorrow holds. You never know what the future brings. So you need to have some patience. Patience on the when, the where, and the how. Life will surprise you. on the details of how you get to where you think you want to go, or the details of where you need to be, where you want to be in life. You'll be surprised. In 2025, we are not taking any more excuses. One thing about me is I don't like an excuse. Then again, I'm a hypocrite. I make excuses sometimes. My bad. But we cannot keep making excuses for ourselves. There's a big difference between a reason. A reason is a factual thing as to why you cannot do something. Example, I need to go to work today, but the reason why I can't is because I'm sick and I don't want to get everyone else infected. That's a reason. An excuse is a blockage. Think of it like that. An excuse is a blockage that you're making up to justify why you're not doing something, but it's not a factual reason. And the more we allow ourselves to give excuses, the more that we are blocking ourselves. You don't realize that making excuses is just blocking your own blessings. You're making excuses as to why you think you aren't qualified for this job. You're making excuses as to why you won't apply for this position. You're making excuses as to why you won't try out maybe this new technique of doing something because you don't know that it just might help you pop off in whatever you're doing. You're making excuses as to why you can't do something. But last time I checked, those excuses aren't even factual. They are written behind a scarcity mindset. They are written behind a abundance of fear. They are written behind a lack of confidence, a lack of self-worth, a lack of self-esteem. They don't aid in your growth. If anything, they just pull you back. Because while you're making excuses, there is someone who is in the same position as you making choices. Choices towards their goals, choices towards where you want to be. But you're sitting here making excuses because you don't think you can do it. But under what circumstance? Under what circumstance? Most successful people come from a lack of excuses because they saw themselves making excuses as to why they couldn't do things. And they're like, no, if I want to achieve where I want to go, if I want to see myself in the way that I want to see myself, I need to make choices and excuses. And yes, it's easier said than done as to not making excuses. It does derive from working on your self-confidence, working on your self-worth, working on your mental health. It relies on a lot of things. But if you want to see the version of yourself that you are so excitingly, happily wanting to see in 2025, you need to start doing the work to stop making excuses. In 2025, we are going to start pouring into our own cups first. If you're anything like me, a chronic people pleaser that is trying to become a non-chronic people pleaser, putting other people first is like second nature, especially when you're a caring person. For me, I can say I'm a very caring person. I'm a very kind person. I really do care about my loved ones and seeing them thrive, seeing them happy. If they're in need, I definitely am the person to jump up and say, I will help you. But this year I've learned there's only so much you can help someone with when you're burnt out. And when you're burnt out, you don't realize you are until you've hit your breaking point and you literally have nothing left for anyone. And at that point, you just shut down and now you have to go recuperate because you don't have anything left to give to anyone, not even yourself. It is great that you're a kind person. It is great that you're a caring person. But babes, we gotta start pouring into our cup first before we empty ourselves out for others. Because at the end of the day, you have a life to live. You have dreams, you have goals, you have aspirations. But how do you think that's all gonna come to fruition if you don't even have the energy for yourself? You're too busy spending it on so-and-so because she really needs help with this, she needs help with that. You're spending it on this person, that person. When the real person you need to be spending most of your energy on is literally looking at you in the mirror. And I'm gonna leave it at that. Victim mindsets in 2025 are a no-go. And I am a testament to a victim mindset and having a really bad victim mindset to the point that I thought I was always in the right. The downside to this is when you think you're always in the right, at that point, like 80% of the time, you're actually in the wrong somehow. My own little philosophy is that I believe everyone is right and wrong about something. Whenever something happens, no one person is in the right. Everyone has some part to play as to where they lacked in something that made that situation go how it is. And the biggest disservice you can do to yourself is to think that you have no accountability to take, which then aids into a victim mindset, thinking that woe is me, everything is happening to me, everything is happening because people don't like me, because people hate me, or because they're jealous of me, because of this, because of that. Ooh, Pookie, not everyone really gives a time of day to have that much emotion about someone. And if they do, they need to get a hobby. They need to get a freaking hobby. Having a victim mindset is not good for your health, for your mental health, for your peace of mind. You need to learn about something called acknowledgement. And that's something that you got to take into 2025 is acknowledging and taking accountability when it is needed. There are situations where someone can wrong you so bad. A spouse cheated on you. A friend betrayed you. A job fired you out of the blue for no reason. There are many situations where you were wronged. But no one is perfect. Everyone has flaws. Everyone has a lack in something. And sometimes that lack of accountability can blind us from seeing that maybe I could have done this one little thing better. Could it have changed the situation? Maybe or maybe not. We'll never know. But at least after the situation has happened, you need to take accountability for where you lacked and work on that. And now we are in the place that we are. We're in the present. We can't fix the past. We can't change the past. All we can do is work on the present so that our future can be brighter and better for ourselves. And the more you accept that, the easier it's going to be to take accountability for your actions, for your emotions, and for your way of thinking. And the last thing that we are leaving in 2024, the thing that I implore you to work on leaving in 2024 is forcing what isn't meant to be. We all know the saying, if it's meant to be, it will find me. Or what's meant for me will not pass me. But I think this year, just from, being online and seeing TikToks and Instagram posts, I saw a lot of people, even myself, I saw a lot of people forcing what wasn't meant to be and trying to hold on to something only for it to negatively impact their life. But because they were just so hell-bent on, no, this can't leave. No, this can't leave me. This has to stay. This is meant to be, right? Like this fits. It was like they were taking a puzzle piece that didn't fit in the puzzle and just trying to jam it in and force its way in, thinking like, no, it's gonna fit, right? If I keep turning it every which way, it's bound to fit. Some things are just not meant to be. Some people are just meant to be in your life for only certain periods of time. And if they leave in a tragic way, they leave in a tragic way. If they leave in a peaceful way, they leave in a peaceful way. But forcing what isn't meant to be, oh, honey, if you force what isn't meant to be, life will definitely show you that it isn't meant to be and will keep showing you until you learn the lesson that you need to let it go. Letting go of things is just a part of life. It's a part of change. It's a part of evolution and growth. The things and people that we had in the past, say like 5 years ago, ask yourself, are all of those people and things still in your life today? And if some of them are, then great. They were meant to be in your life. They were meant to continue to walk this path with you, to continue to be on this journey with you and aid you and be there for you. But if there were some people along the way that just dropped off, some things that weren't meant to be, some rejections, some no, some sorry, but apply again, some I don't think we can do this. You gotta just accept that those people, those things were meant to be in your life for a certain amount of time and they serve their purpose. Think back. Did you learn anything from those experiences? And if you did, that is what you gained. Take that, remember that, and use that for the future. So if you ever encounter something like that again, you are well equipped. Especially if you're in your early 20s like I am. I'm 23 going on 24. And there's a lot of things that I have learned since turning 20 that I take bits and pieces every single year and I take with me the next year. Because eventually you'll notice that some situations, they just come around, but they're just in a different font. They're just packaged differently. But when you open up the box, it's the same stuff you got the other day. Forcing what is meant to be, even when we think it is only a detriment to your self-growth. We need to trust in the timing of our blessings, of our manifestations. We need to be patient. We need to be consistent. And we just need to be adamant and give ourselves grace. I am wishing everyone a happy new year. I hope all these ins and outs helped you a bit to reiterate your goals or to just kind of take yourself and hold yourself accountable going into the new year. I know for me, 2024 was a rough year. It taught me a lot, maybe a bit too much. Maybe too much and a bit too harsh at times. But you know what? I learned when I needed to learn, and I have come out the other side happier, lighter, less stressful, and just grateful. Don't forget to like this video if these tips helped you out. Push that notification bell so you know when I drop a video. And also let me know in the comments, what are your ins and outs? What are some of your ins and outs for 2025? I would love to know, so comment below and we can have a little discussion about it. Don't forget to subscribe, and I hope you guys have a wonderful January, a great start to the new year. So until next time, my beautiful souls, bye-bye.